Yeah, man, playing with Alice Cooper is just a massive career highlight for me. It did so much for my confidence, Paul.
Yeah.
To have a legend of Alice's caliber to, to kind of give me the sign of approval. He's had so many great musicians in his band
Yeah.
throughout his career. So I learned a lot from Coop, and there's no question, man. Performing with him was a thrill. Writing songs with him was
Yeah, I
just,
bet.
it was an honor, man. It's like, God, Alice has written so many timeless classic hits. And, I'm just grateful for that experience, man. Coop and I are good friends. I just talked to Alice last week, and, our families are connected, and, our kids have grown up together. So it's fantastic. Imagine the thrill then to join Alice Cooper, a master showman, a legend in the art of rock performance.
Performance, yeah.
It was like I was a dog. I was a dog off the leash, Paul. It was like he goes, "I want you running around. I want you jumping up on the risers. I want you right up front in the guitar solos. Get out there in the spotlight." He only had to tell me once, brother.
Fill
He
your
only had
boots.
to tell me once, and it was on. It was on.
I know he's a big fan of golf. Did he get you into golf?
Well, the interesting thing about that is that I already played golf a bit when I joined the band. And I remember our very first conversation. He was thrilled when I told him, I asked, I said, "Hey, can I bring my golf clubs?" He was like, "What? Yes, yes." So, um, Paul, the number of rounds of golf we played is gluttonous. It's not to be believed. If the tour for the entire year, if we played 100 tour dates, we easily, not exaggerating, we easily played 75 or 80 rounds of golf in that year. So do the math, mate. I was in the band for 5 years. That's about 400 rounds of golf.
You must have got some nice
Just,
courses as well if you're touring the world with Alice Cooper.
oh, brother, just the stuff of dreams. If you love golf, and the Alice Cooper gig is like you've just won the lottery. You've literally won the lottery. And I have so many great memories of so many different tracks, and it's just so much fun with Coop. He's a good hang, and he's so much fun. Really,
Oh,
really love my time with Alice.
good stuff. And you mentioned like winning the lottery. It must have felt like that when you got the chance to perform and play, and you still do when things are working right with Thin Lizzy, because you were a big fan of Thin Lizzy, weren't you, as a kid?
Yeah, that story is really incredible. It's I never tire of thinking about it, much less
Yeah,
talking about it, because Thin Lizzy was, they were on my Mount Rushmore of
of band.
most influential bands
Yeah,
on my life, on my music, my guitar playing, later on my songwriting, just massive. And I, it still doesn't feel real, honestly, Paul. Um, and I know for you guys over there in the UK, I mean, Thin Lizzy is like they kind of occupy the same space that a band like Aerosmith does here, or a band like Van Halen does here in the US. Just one of the greatest bands of all time. So it's just been a joy, to stand next to Scott Gorham, my hero, and now my great friend. Um, he's carried me to other places that I would have never gotten to go and perform. And, the passion that Thin Lizzy fans have for the music,
yeah,
uh, it rivals no other band. And the way that those fans accepted me and embraced, whatever energy and whatever musicality I brought to it is just, again, mate, one of the great honors of my career, because I would be the same way. If I went to see Thin Lizzy and they had a new guitar player, I would be standing there thinking, "Hey, this guy better be good." You know, he better be good or I'm
No
going to get
pressure.
very frustrated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just another career highlight for me. And I'm so proud to be a part of that story.
And can you remember when you first saw or heard Thin Lizzy or anything like that? What got you into Thin Lizzy? What was it that drew you in then to start with?
Paul, it's another incredible story. I was 15 years old in 1979, and I went with my mates to the auditorium about 2 hours north of the little town we grew up in. And we went to see Ted Nugent.
Ah.
And we had not heard anything about an opening act. We didn't know, we didn't really care. We're like, we love Ted Nugent's guitar playing and his songs. And so I remember my friend's dad, he pulled in the front of the venue to let us out. And they had one of those big signs out front that said, "Tonight, Ted Nugent, special guest, Thin Lizzy." And I remember saying to my friend, like, "Oh, I've heard their song. They got that song, The Boys Are Back in Town." That's
Mm.
all I knew. So we go in right as the house lights go down. We're standing on the floor, the smoke, the sirens are kicking off. And then there's this big power chord and the spotlights come on, and this 6'4" lanky, skinny black guy playing a Fender precision bass that had a mirrored pick guard on it, and he's shining the reflection into the audience, onto the girls. Brother, that was like an explosion. Me and my friends, we were all like, "What the fuck is happening? What is this? It's crazy." And over the course of the next 45 minutes, they pummeled my teenage brain with awesome song after awesome song, great riffs, great songs. And that was it. That was it. I went to the record store the next day. I bought 3 albums and I saved my money. And I think the next month I went back and bought 3 more. So that was it. I was on my way. And Thin Lizzy was heavy, heavy, heavy in my listening, essential listening, really for the rest of my life after that night. Yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff.